What's up?
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi there.
Christy, look what I'm holding.
Hello. How you
I
doing?
love it.
Pops.
Love it.
Hey guys.
Hi there.
Well, girls.
Volume up, you can't hear 'em.
Yeah, we need to turn their volume up. I'm so proud of y'all figuring out how to do your little Zoom call.
Oh, that's good.
And Randy just turned us off.
Not on purpose.
No? Good job, girls.
Can y'all hear us okay?
Yes.
Good. Sitting in my new office.
Yay.
We have hung no pictures yet.
I could do that in the background while you talk to them.
Okay, I know that Cindy, you were at the leadership rally.
Yes.
Like Melena and Christy and Carolyn, Stephanie, have y'all watched the videos yet?
I've watched all 4 of them.
Have you watched all 4?
I'm on the first one.
You're on the first one.
I haven't. I'm at work. I'm going to as soon as I get off work.
I mean, it's not a big deal. I just kind of wanted to know if anybody, Stephanie, of you,
No, I haven't.
you do know they're out there, right?
I saw him
Yes.
a few minutes ago.
About 3 hours long.
Mhm.
So it's about like watching a, you know.
Gone with the Wind or a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But here's my here's my suggestion is be sure to watch the videos. Be sure to watch all of the videos and be sure to watch them entirely, okay? I know you have a tendency, hi Kelly or Jeff, whoever that is. I mean, I know there's a tendency to think, blah, 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 and fast forward, but I just really want to encourage you to watch all the videos, watch all of it, don't fast forward through it, so you can kind of get from start to finish, because obviously we're not going to talk for 3 hours today, okay? But
Not.
no, but so anyway, I just want you to know to do that, okay? But don't feel like you have to sit down and watch all 4 videos in one setting, okay? I mean,
Just make sure you watch them in sequence.
yeah, you don't have to do that. I mean, you might watch one tonight or this afternoon. You might watch another one tomorrow. I mean, just take your time and do that, okay? And that will help you a whole lot and give you a lot of continuity, which I'm so grateful that I've been able to have. This last weekend was our 3rd time to get to hear about this. We heard about it. Brett had Randy and I and Greg and Melissa Terrell into the office about in early January. And then we heard it again at the executive director meeting. And then, of course, we got to hear it again this past weekend. So anyway, and I'm so thankful that I have all of that, you know, to listen to. So it's very, very exciting. But can y'all promise me, like, give me a thumbs up? You're gonna listen, and you're gonna watch them in order, and you're not gonna fast forward. Everybody got that? Oh, you're such a good girls. Hi, Cherry Carl. So if you don't see their faces, it's either because they can't figure it out or they don't want you to see them.
Or they could be driving, because
They
you
could
can
be.
do this from a mobile phone.
They
and
could
just
be.
listen.
They could be.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me get started, okay? But thanks for being on. And again, I've had a lot of y'all, a lot of people texting they can't be on this, and I get it because it's in the afternoon. But we're going to be on live tonight at 7 on Sparkle and Shine Facebook group. So you are welcome to join us. But if you have any girls, I definitely get them to be on, okay? Because that would be good for them too on that. Okay? Everybody good? I like it. You know, I'm really proud of this Stephanie Daniels. She had never even heard of a Zoom call. And we were talking on the phone, and she just got right on there, and she got that whole thing figured out. And I mean, we may have unleashed a monster now that she has figured out this Zoom thing. This may be detrimental to all of us. But I'm proud because, boy, she just she just figured it all out. So way to go, girl.
Cherry
Awesome.
Carr raised her hand that says, I don't even know what that means. Does
Cherry.
that mean she has a question?
Hi, Cherry. Yeah, I don't know why your hand's raised on there, but anyway, it's fine. Okay, so where do you
We
get
can't,
started?
Jerry, we can't hear you. You're muted.
She doesn't know.
Hang
that.
on. We're all new to this.
Yeah.
All right, Cherry.
No,
Nope.
you muted her. Now she's
Okay, I'm going to be muted so I won't be talking. Is that right? While you're talking?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, if everybody would just mute their, you can unmute if you have a question, but if you'll mute it, it'll just make sure we're recording this. I don't know why anyone would want to go back and watch it, but there's probably some that aren't able to be on that would like to hear what we have to say.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get started. You know, you guys all know that when we started in Premier, we literally were, I mean, I say this all the time, we were in the basement and we dug our way out. I mean, there was no ladders, there was no nothing. And I feel like now I have just been given an opportunity to be again part of something new and fresh that's ground floor, but I have an express elevator in the basement and the ground floor, where before I had nothing in the ground floor. So I'm so excited. Hi, Roz. Hi, April. I'm glad y'all are on. So we are so excited. You know, we literally have been pioneers our entire life of Premier. I don't even know what a settler is. You know, and that, you know, you read books and stuff all the time that say, be a pioneer, not a settler. And I'm like, well, I don't even know anything other than being a pioneer. And so this is not anything new to us and what we've ever done in all of our time with Premier. And we're just really thrilled that we're all going to get an opportunity like nobody else really has ever had before. And I'm pretty fired up about that. So you can start.
Oh, I can start?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in our Premier career, as all of you, we've had challenges, we've had changes. You know, all of us lived the last 2.5 years in Premier, and oh my gosh, we went through some serious changes just with going online and having all of that come into our business, into our lives. But the reality is, that's just life. That's business. And what I'm excited about, we got to hear my dad preach yesterday, and he was actually giving a message to challenge his church. They're going into a building program. So he was giving a message to really challenge them about the building program. But the message, you know how it is, you go to church, you sit in there, and God speaks to you. And he was talking to the local church, to the church body about their new building campaign, but I wasn't listening about a building campaign. I was visiting, but I was listening because God's word never comes without great encouragement. And so he talked about out of Joshua 4, the children of Israel have crossed into the promised land. Joshua, you know, Moses died. God appointed Joshua to lead the people. They cross over the Jordan River, and the river, is roaring. And when their foot hits the water, it splits and they walk across on dry land. They get on the other side and they decide, we're going to build a memorial. We're going to build an altar to the Lord. And they take 12 stones, and the stones were representative of each of the tribes of Israel. And, you know, Dad said, you know, you think about history, we've always had memorials to remarkable moments in our lives, in our history. We've got the Statue of Liberty. We've got the Eiffel Tower. We've got all kinds of memorials in Washington, D.C. When you go to Washington, D.C., there, there's a memorial for 9/11. You know, I mean, we've got memorials in our history, in our culture, so we're all familiar with what a memorial looks like. But he was talking about those 12 stones, and he was also talking about the church building. And as he was talking about that, what I heard him talking about was Premier Designs, talking about the stones that have been placed over the years in Premier Designs. Oh my gosh, you know, I remember the stone that was placed when the hostess plan changed in 1987. I remember the stone that was placed when the marketing plans have gotten tweaked throughout the time we've been in Premier, the leadership program, different things that have happened. But the main stones that I remember in Premier have been the philosophy and the purpose of our company, have been the ministries and the missions that we support, has been the idea, and all of us are committed to it, that we're going to enrich every life we touch. We've had stones that we've placed in our history. We've had moments at rallies. Many of you can think back to a rally that was very significant because of what was said, what was done, what happened during that year before or even the year after. So we've all had that in our lives, in our Premier career. And here's what he said about those stones. The stones show our gratitude to God for the past. So when we place a stone, we're thanking God for all that he's done in our past. He said the stone, and I'm giving you a short version here, the stones remind us that we're standing on the shoulders of giants. So many times the stones that are placed are to remind us of the people that got us to where we are today. Oh my gosh. Lots of people have come and gone through Premier. We're still here, and we can think of a lot of those people. Even when you say that, some of them come to your mind, and God used those people while they were in Premier to impact our lives, but to also impact the lives of others and to help build the company that we have today. And so we're very grateful for that. And then the last thing he just said, he said these stones were an expression of confidence in the continued faithfulness of God. And so, you know, when you think about where Premier is today, where we are today is where God's brought us to, but it's not where he wants us to stay. It's not what he wants us to hold on to. He still has a future ahead for us, and he's planning on using us to be making those remarkable moments and placing those stones in the future, because future generations of jewelers or affiliates are going to come into Premier or Devoted, and oh my gosh, God is going to be encouraging them through our faithfulness, even through today and in the days ahead. So I just thought that message was just so appropriate to kind of what we're thinking about that's happening now.
I loved what his dad said, as he said, you know, always do whatever you can to always be moving forward. And I mean, I think that's so true. So, you know, it is no surprise to anybody that the world around us is changing at a rapid pace. Obviously, right? Shake your head if you agree with that. You know, and we are living in different times. And I got to be honest with you, you know, my favorite thing to do is stay in my bubble, you know, where I just like my little Camelot bubble, and I can just stay there and float around, and I really enjoy that. But you know what? That's not realistic in the day and time that we're living in. And so some things have to change for us to move forward with Premier and with how we do business and how we do everything in Premier. And we all agree that, you know, everybody has had struggles in the last few years. You know, your struggle may have been with the computer. It may have been with, you know, not being able to get a show. It might be with not getting people to hold a show. I mean, everybody's had struggles. And the model that we have had and loved for so long is a changing model in the direct sales industry. It's not just Premier. It is literally across the board with any company you look at right now. So we're going to have some wonderful changes. But here's what I love. We are going to do business a little bit different, but we are not ourselves going to change what we love about Premier, which is our philosophy and our purpose and why we were created. And we're very committed to the purpose and the philosophy of Premier that we have all been a part of for 34 years. But we're going to kind of get a little bit on a rocket ship, and we're going to make some exciting upgrades to really, really be the shining star in the marketplace that we have been and we want to continue to be. Not only do we want to continue to be that shining star in the marketplace, for all of us personally, but we also want to be able to have it for people that are going to come behind us, so that they also have the experience of what we've all had over these last years. So the first thing, I'll tell you a story first, and then we'll kind of get into some of the things that are going to be unrolling. Brett Duncan, who is in charge of marketing with Premier, he decided back in July that he was going to do a 40-day fast and just really ask God some questions. And, you know, I got to be honest with you. I mean, I've had lots of questions like, God, what do you want to do with Premier? God, what's going on? God, help us, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I got to tell you, I didn't fast for 40 days. I mean, I don't even want to fast for 5 minutes. I mean, because I like to eat personally. So he read a book called Two Chairs. And Two Chairs is basically a book about prayer, but it really talks about how we pray. But so many times we're so busy praying and talking to God that we forget to just really sit and listen to what maybe God might want to say. So every day for 40 days, he went in his office at Premier. He sat in a chair and he pulled an empty chair up beside him, and he just asked God some questions. And they started as random questions like, you know, maybe, what do you want to happen in this relationship? Or what do you want? And he'd be quiet and just sit and listen. Well, on July 16th, which was the 16th day in the fast, he said, he just wrote on the board, the whiteboard in his office, what do you want to do with Premier? And then he just sat there with his journal and just listened and was quiet and started writing things down as God was talking. And guys, in about 10 minutes, all of the stuff that you're going to see on the videos and some of the stuff that we'll talk to you about was written out all over these white marker boards all over the office in 10 minutes. Now, guys, that's what God does. That's exactly what happened with Andy Horner back in the 80s when he was going to start Premier. And so I, with all my heart, I feel like this is very God ordained. Now, I'm thankful Brett did that, but you know, I'm not going to ever give credit to man because man messes up, you know, and thank goodness we all understand what mess ups look like because we've all done it ourselves. And I always want to be forgiving of mess ups, but God doesn't mess up. And, you know, so I'm really, really excited about what I feel like God's doing and God's stirring and God's working. So the first thing that is going to change is we are going, not yet, okay, but this is all going to be in the makings. And all of this should be rolled out, you know, along the way. By August, we'll be called Devoted as a company. And if you'll go back to your videos, you'll see how that word came and all of that. Now, Devoted is going to be a marketplace with a purpose. Now, I want you to think about it. We all have shopped before. And, you know, I don't know about you, but I hear people a lot ask me, you know, how do you guys know what ministries to support and what people to support? If I knew that, I would shop and do that. But I don't know, so they just go to Amazon or whatever. Well, Devoted, picture an umbrella like this, and Devoted is the umbrella. And then there is a marketplace under that umbrella of like-minded vendors or stores that all have products that have a mission or give back. So it's like-mindedness. Now that doesn't mean everybody's, you know, a Christian or something like that, but they're all like-minded with a giving back program. And y'all have heard of Tom Shoes and things like that, that they've, you know, buy a pair of Tom shoes and they send a pair of shoes to someone that doesn't have. I mean, those are what we call give back programs. So Premier will still stay in the form, making jewelry, selling jewelry, having a catalog. Premier, though, will become one of the vendors under the company Devoted. And then there will be hundreds of other vendors alongside us that have amazing products and they give back. And it's products like purses or boots or animal, things for animals and different things like that. And they give back a percentage of that. So it's not like Premier is going to take on, like, in this last year, Stella and Dot, Stella and Dot's a jewelry company. They started carrying sunglasses and scarves and purses, but they were all Stella and Dot. So Stella and Dot was trying to, be the best at sunglasses and purses and all that. That's not what we're doing. We're not going to be here's my coat and all this products. It's literally Premier's a vendor, and then you're going to have a bunch of other people that are like-minded, that want to give back, that have wonderful products that maybe they're not big enough to be able to warehouse and to ship and to promote and to have a sales force. And so this is not only a way to help us, but it's also a way to help all of these people that have wonderful things, but they don't have the capital to get it all out there. Does that make sense? Shake your head if that makes sense to you. My throat is so sore today. I'm like, God, are you kidding me? I've got to talk today and tonight, and my throat is like killing me. So if it doesn't make sense, Kelly's put her mask on. She has the flu. So I'm really glad
I'm sorry, Kelly.
I'm really glad we're Zooming with you, Kelly, because
And Elizabeth was trying to say the word capital.
Yeah.
Not capitable.
or cannibal. I don't want to say that either.
And she's saying vendor, but it's brand.
Yeah, it's a brand.
Not vendors. We're going to have brands.
They're brands. I just say vendor because I think people, if you're not into all of this verbiage, you know what a vendor is, but it's really a brand.
And they're partner companies.
They're partner companies. So why don't you finish while I get this out of my throat?
Yeah, so the partner companies, obviously they're working on them right now. Somebody said, why didn't they already have a bunch to introduce? Well, part of it is because they're just now sharing this with the field, and they're just now starting the contract phase with those partner companies.
They're vetting them. They want to make sure that we have these brands that are exactly that are exactly the kind of people that we want to be in business with. Even to the point that there's some of these young businesses that we can even mentor as a company on how to do things right, and honor God, serve people, and have outrageous customer service. So there's a lot of that. But, picture, sorry, you need to finish because I can't.
I don't know what she was picturing, so she's handing me the ball. But what I'm excited, we've already talked to two of our friends that have businesses that have great products, but they don't have necessarily the network to market those products like they would like, and they do huge volume. So the volume of what possibly could happen in Devoted with 8,500 Premier jewelers could be awesome. And so they are very excited about this whole concept. We shared it with them because Brett asked us to, and oh my gosh, they're like, yes, we would love to sit down and start a conversation. We would love to see if the Lord would open the door for us to be a partner company with Premier. You may know somebody that might have a product line that's just incredible, but they've never really been able to just totally get it off the foundation because of that marketing piece that's so hard to develop sometimes. And you're going to go, hey, let me tell Brett Duncan about you and see if that might be something that you guys could talk about. So we're really excited about it because there are so many Christian entrepreneurs across America who have great ideas, great products, great passion for the Lord, passion for people, passion for business, and a passion for a mission or a ministry mindset, but they just don't have the vehicle to make it happen. And I just think what's going to happen is Devoted is going to become an incredible marketplace for those kinds of folks.
So we still want people, we still are going to have, with Premier, we're still going to have people doing shows and events, and we still want that. We're still manufacturing jewelry and having jewelry catalog and all of that, and still have our name Premier under Devoted. So you'll make, if you sell jewelry, you're going to make 50% of what you sell, just like you always have, okay? But any of these other products that you sell, you'll be making 25% of anything you sell with any of these other products. And that's huge. Guys, there are so many, people out there that go rep another product and they don't make anywhere near 25%. You'll also be able to buy all of these products at cost. So you'll be able to buy Premier at 50% off, like you always do. But you'll also be able to buy from these other product lines at 25% off personally for you. So picture this. I wish I had a slide to show you, but you can see it all on all the stuff that Brett's done.
You want me to act it out?
No, I don't want you to act it, because then I'll laugh and then I'll start coughing, so I don't want you to do that. But picture this. Let's say you've got a friend named Susan, and you tell Susan about Devoted. It's a great company that is a marketplace with like-minded brands where you can go and shop. We know you can shop and get products anywhere, but if you want to shop with products that give back, this might be a website that you'd like to go check out. So they go on to the Devoted website, and they look and they see Premier Jewelry, and they can shop around there. They look and they see Roma boots, and they love that. And they see candles, and they want a candle, they want a journal, or they want a purse. One of the brands they're dealing with right now is Joyn, Joyn. Look it up.
Joyn,
Joyn. They are an amazing company, and they are doing amazing things helping people in their country. And they actually are going to be one of our brands that we have. So here I am. Here's your customer, and she's bought a pair of earrings. She's bought a candle. She's bought a journal. She's bought a pair of boots. And with every purchase she's made, each one of those companies is giving back to the mission that they support. So now, Premier's giving, a percentage of their purchase to their ministry. So is Roma Boots. So is the handbags. And so all of these places now are giving back. So with a purchase, you've made a difference in maybe 4 or 5, however many things you've done. So does that make sense? Thumbs up me. Thumbs down me if that doesn't make sense at all. Okay, good. I like those thumbs up. Oh, she's got one. She's got her thumbs up. So what excites me about this is, one, for you, you're going to be called, you'll be called an affiliate. And an affiliate is a very well known term to a lot of people. Maybe not to you, but it is a big term out there. So you'll be an affiliate of Devoted. So you can get started as an affiliate for $95 a year. Now, you're already in Premier, okay? So you're already an affiliate when this kicks off. But the person that's not involved right now, they can sign up, they can be an affiliate for $95, and then they can start representing Devoted, and they can show any of these lines, send people to their link, and people can shop and be part of a give back program on that. And I do love that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to cough again, so you keep going. Sorry, guys. Such a pain.
So I was thinking of something else to talk about, and she throws it to me while I already had another thought on my mind. But $95 gets them into the business. They are going to have the opportunity to represent Devoted for a year. When it kicks off in August, that new affiliate will be able to buy anything he or she wants to at 50% off on their very first order, up to $1,000 worth of retail, which would be $500, obviously, their cost. And what's fun about that is that's going to include Premier Jewelry, but it'll also include all the other products. So we only earn 25%, but on that very first order, they're going to give them 50% off on the very first order, which is going to be awesome. And you know, and I know, someone coming new into the business, they don't need to buy Premier Jewelry that first order because they're already going to get it at 50% off. But they could buy some samples, you know, the boots, the whatever, all they are. They can buy those at 50% off on their first order, and that gets them going.
Right. And I've shared this with a couple of people that are not related to Premier or anything. And so basically, you know, it would look like you've got a friend, Susie, and Susie could be an affiliate with Premier for $95 for a year. She would have then access to all these products, and then she could have these products that she could show her friends and send them to the website, and they could purchase. And she's going to make a percentage off that. She may not want to be an affiliate, so she could be a customer. And you have a link, you'll have a number that you're given. And so now your friend doesn't want to be an affiliate, she just wants to be a shopper on a place where she can give back. So then she puts your number in, and you make a percentage of everything that she purchases. And she is not a part of Devoted, she's a customer. You would make money because you're an affiliate. She, though, as just a customer, would earn loyalty points for buying future product that convert to cash. So basically, anybody you know could be an affiliate. They could get in for $95. They could make half of what they sell if it's jewelry. They can make 25% of what they sell if it's any of the other products. And then as they give their code out, they're going to be making a percentage of what all these people purchase. If they don't want to be an affiliate, they can be a customer, and then they have your number and they put in with their order. And so everything that they do shopping wise goes back to your number, and you make a percentage off of that and what their friends and their friends and their friends and their friends purchase as well. You hear that? Do you see the picture here? It's huge. It's huge.
Yeah, basically, they have created a network marketing feature within the program for the customers. So you might have a gal that's a friend of yours, and she goes out and gets 10 girls to go check out the website. They're going to be given a code from their friend. That code is tied to the friend. It's also tied to the affiliate. And then those 10 go out and invite some of their girlfriends to go check it out. They're given her code. Their code is tied to her code, which is tied to the first lady's code, which is tied to the affiliate. So literally, you could maybe someday have a purchase in your 10th level of customers, and you earn 25% of that purchase today on a gal who got shared, devoted with by a friend, a friend, a friend, a friend, a friend, a friend, and they're still tied to your affiliate number. So the reality of that hasn't fully sunk in my mind. I don't really know, because we have no track record, how to project that. But man, just thinking about that, that could be amazing as this thing develops. We have 35,000 gym members in Premier, and they've paid $39 to become a gym member. We could have, there's no cost to become a customer with Devoted, so we could have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of customers. And I really envision, I told Elizabeth, 1st of August, the first thing we're going to do from a customer standpoint is start a contest that motivates everybody we know to go check out our website and spread the word and tell all their friends to go check the website. And I can envision doing every single person that signs up as a customer on Devoted, they're going to get a ticket in the drawing, and we may give away one of those purses, one of those join purses away, or something that would just get them excited. And I think we could add 800 to 1,000 customers into the program the first month we're operating as Devoted, and that could just get crazy exciting right away.
Right now, can you unmute them? And so if someone has a
Yeah.
question, you could ask us a question. We won't be doing question and answer tonight on Sparkle and Shine.
I don't know if I can unmute everybody. At least I don't know how to unmute everybody.
Well, they can unmute yourself, and if you have a question,
I know how to unmute.
ask us on that, because before we go anymore, in case that was confusing.
Anybody have a question?
Either we explained it right, or you are so confused you don't know what to do.
I'm confused.
Yeah, Stephanie, are you
I'm confused. I mean, I don't know what I'm hearing. I mean, I'm hearing it, but I mean, are we saying that we're going to still do home shows, but we have these other companies we can buy from? So it's multiple companies. They sell other products other than jewelry, right?
right?
So we would be the only jewelry company in this Devoted, right?
Right.
Okay, that's what I was confused about.
Right. Yeah, it's just picture an umbrella called Devoted, and then picture all these stores, these brands underneath it, and Premier is one of the brands. Okay, but Premier is not making purses. Premier will be warehousing and shipping for these other brands, but we are only making jewelry. Okay, because that's what we do, is make
All right.
jewelry.
So I have a question.
Huh?
Can you hear me? With what Stephanie said, so I understand all this, but what she said about jewelry, will we be the only jewelry supplier, or will they have other brands of jewelry other than Premier?
I mean, Brett told us as executive directors that they're not going to say Premier would be the only brand of jewelry, because who knows, there might be something that Premier's never carried in the jewelry world. They run into a partner company that could actually bring that in, and you could have that to sell, and they could have that to market. So they're not going to say we're going to always be the only jewelry brand, but starting out we will be the only jewelry brand, because they're going to expand the products with these companies that do things other than jewelry.
I'm assuming they wouldn't have a competing product to our.
No, I don't believe
No.
that would ever happen.
No. And so we're not stopping holding shows, having home shows, because we've got a lot of people that they love doing shows. They love selling jewelry, and they love making 50% of what they sell. And so that's not stopping at all. That way of life is still here, but now you will be able to not only make 50% of what you sell in jewelry, you will have other brands that you'll be able to represent and make an additional 25% on anything that's sold in those brands.
Okay,
Is that good?
that's good.
Okay, anybody else have no? And like I said, Stephanie, when you start watching the videos, you're gonna go, oh, because they've got graphics and all kinds of pictures and stuff like that too. So that'll help you too a little
This
bit.
is Janelle. Can you hear me? Okay. I just listened to the videos. My goodness. I thought he did an awesome job.
You did.
Whew, it just blew my mind. I'm so glad to see God's hand through all of this. And of course, like anything, it sounds scary, but God's asked us to do a lot of scary things I didn't think I could do. And I'm excited. I really, truly, I think this is going to be great.
Yeah, it is exciting.
You
It
know,
is.
thank you for saying that, Janelle. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results, right? And
Yes.
so for 10 years, really, in my mind, maybe for most of you, 3 or 4 years possibly, we've been trying to tweak something. We've tried to figure out how to do something a little bit different, a little more exciting. The reality is the world is changing. The business is changing. Premier has been changing. And so the idea of, hey, it's time to rebrand, change our name, come with a completely new opportunity, I believe is of the Lord, because you know, we're looking at a business model that we've been a part of for 34 years. And to be honest, the last 5 to 8 years, it's just everything we're throwing at it's just not been moving in the right direction. And so I can't wait to see what God has planned. You'll hear in the presentation, Brett says their goal is to have thousands of products, not just a few products. They're not just bringing in some sunglasses and some scarves and a couple of handbags. I mean, they're talking about having possibly thousands of products, and that just fires me up because we are going to be a part of a marketplace, not just a company with a few products, but a marketplace that has unlimited potential and it literally can grow month to month, because there's no way you're going to have a catalog that's going to show all the product lines that are available at Devoted Marketplace with a mission, but they can just bring in new stuff this month, some more new stuff next month, and it'll just keep kind of moving forward and growing. It gives you the opportunity to go back to a customer and say, hey, have you seen our new products that were just launched in February? No, I didn't know y'all had any new products. Boom, you get them right back to the site, checking things out. So I just think we're all, don't misunderstand what I'm getting ready to say. We all need to make some income. Can we all agree on that?
Amen.
Yeah. So the reality is this is going to give us the ability to just stay fresh on an ongoing basis. The jewelry is unbelievable. The team in Premier has been doing a fantastic job the last 4 or 5 years, just getting us up to current and right on point in the industry. And so they're going to continue to do that, but we're also going to be bringing in cutting edge companies that just have fabulous products and have a heart for missions as well. It's just going to be amazing.
Right. I mean, we really want to have an unchanging purpose in an ever-changing world. And that's what I love about it, is nothing is going to change about our purpose and our philosophy of what we do. In fact, I think, like I said earlier, we're going to be able to be that company that teaches some of these younger companies, you know, how to have a purpose. You know, and with each product that's on the Devoted website, the customer or you will be able to click on not only the product, but their story. And you'll be able to read what their story is, what their mission statement is, who it is they support, and why. And so that to me is exciting, because I can pick a couple of them that maybe really spark my interest, and I can share those with people, you know, and I love that, because I'm all about let's share the story. So that's the first part of it, is, you know, a name called Devoted, and Premier is a brand under the marketplace. And picture a huge marketplace, like, you know, you're going to the Chi Omega, you know, thing out there that's this big craft fair, and you've got all these booths of people that are making these amazing products, but they can't ever get a storefront. They can't ever get the word out other than doing vendor events, because they're just not big enough. And now they will have a platform of representatives representing them in the marketplace, and a place that will house their products and ship for them as well. I mean, it's globally crazy. You know, there's a company they were talking to, it has some kind of a dog food type product, and their give back program is to support rescuing animals. Now, that's not necessarily a Christian thing, but it's a give back, doing good in the world. Do you get that? On that, so that's kind of what I'm excited about that. I was talking to Brett and said, think about a diaper company. You know, right now there's a diaper company out there. Jessica Albans started it years ago, called Honest. But what if we had a diaper company that wasn't big like that, but gave back? And you could think of these young moms that can go to that site, that we have a loyalty program. They could be earning points and get diapers free. I mean, that's making a difference in people's life right where they live. You know, and I love all the things that we can do with this. It's really exciting.
It is.
Okay, so you've all got the part about the name Devoted. You've got the part about how you get started, how people get started, $95 for a year. $95 to get in, it's for a year. It's $95 to renew, to be able to represent Devoted in all the brands that are with that. And then you make 50% of any jewelry that's sold. And then you make an additional, you make 25% of any of the other brands that are with the Devoted line. Everybody got that?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, we'll go to the next thing. Do we want to go to the customer loyalty?
Well, don't you want to tell them
Briefly.
how affiliates get paid first?
Oh yeah, tell them that.
So when you become an affiliate, one of the things they're going to change, because when you make a change like this, there's some things that can be tweaked that always have been confusing. And I don't know about you, but since 1986, CV has always been confusing because, you know, people just, they're, especially new jewelers coming in, they just, for some reason, sometimes don't fully comprehend what CV is, or now it's PVC and TCV, PCV and TCV. I get tongue-tied trying to think about it. So as an affiliate, all the commissions will be based on retail. So when your customer buys something, you make 25% of retail. In Premier, we'll still make 50% of retail. When your first level goes out and buys something, you're going to make when their customer buys something, when they sell something, you're going to make a 7.5% of retail, which is like 15% of wholesale, which is what we used to. 10% of wholesale is what we used to make. In your first level now, you'll make 15% of wholesale, but it's going to be based 7.5% of retail. Everything will be based on retail. It is confusing. You'll see it in Brett's presentation.
But you'll basically, on your first level, everything you just got to convert your brain to, we're not being paid off of CV, we're being paid off of retail. And retail is what the customer pays. Okay, y'all get that? So let's say a customer spends $100. Okay, normally you would make 10% off of what?
The wholesale.
Off of the wholesale, which would be $50. Now you're going to make 7.5% off of $100. Y'all see that? Okay, so that's your first level. You're going to make 7.5% off anything your first level sells in any of the Devoted products. Okay, 7.5. Then on your second level, then on your second level, you're going to make, again, you're going to make 5% off of retail, off of what your second level does. So you're making 7.5% off retail on your first level. You're making 5% off of retail on your second level. Now, if you converted that to now what you know, it's better. Hey, Jeff, you're actually making you're making more money.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody got that? Yeah. Thumbs up me. Thumbs up me if you do or don't.
And we have looked at a lot of our leaders just to see how it would impact their income, and with only a couple of exceptions, almost every single one of them are going to make more money immediately in the new program than they're currently making in the old program, which to me, that is very, very exciting for all of them.
Okay, so does anybody have a question about what we just said? On that, you just have to make your brain go, I'm going to be making a percentage of the retail of my first level and my second level, not off of CV. Okay, and I think that's easier for the average person to remember on that. And then there will be no third level commissions. So it'll be a two-tiered commission structure. Okay. Okay, you got that,
Yeah.
Sydney? Okay.
I got it now.
Okay. So just write really big on your note taking. I'm making a percentage off of the retail, not CV. I mean, we just got to change a little bit of, but I remember starting out how hard it was for me to remember what CV was, so it's just training our brain a little bit different on that.
So you think I'm going to make, instead of $5 off of $100, which was CV, I'd make $7.50 off the $100, right?
Right.
Okay. That's what I got it now.
Okay. Okay. Everybody got that?
Mhm.
Carolyn, are you with me, girl? Okay. She's hanging in there with me. You go. I love that.
She's flying that thumb all over the screen.
I love it on that. What else were we going to say?
Customer reward program.
Okay.
I don't know that we want to try to explain that.
Well, I'm gonna hit some highlights of the customer award program. You would know it as a hostess plan, okay? But the name is going to be customer reward programs. And what people are going to be doing is they're going to be earning. These are customers, okay? These are not you, okay? You're an affiliate / jeweler. You know it as jeweler. Your new name will be affiliate, okay? Customers will be, instead of earning like 30% of their sales in free jewelry and all of that, customers are going to be earning loyalty points. Is it
Reward
Oh,
points.
reward points. I just changed that. Reward points. And 1 point equals $1. So you see what's going to happen is, no,
10 points.
I'm sorry.
10
Scratch that.
10 points equals $1. In other words, on $100 purchase, they're going to earn 10 reward points, and that would be worth $10. So you get 1 point for every $10 that they purchase. Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what'll happen is,
Hey, at least we're proving to you, you don't have to know all this stuff to start talking about it, because
Yeah.
we're clearly making that really clear
You
here.
guys are making me feel so good.
yeah, well, you
The
just
phone's ringing, everything else.
Oh, that was Lisa Ritchie. She didn't even know we were having a Draper Kids Zoom call.
Well, I am driving home from the cancer center, so I've been a little bit off key. Sorry, but I'm on here now.
No problem,
It's not a
Lisa.
problem.
We're glad to have you.
not a problem. So
Bill and I were really excited when we saw that we're in the 8% of the first chart that Brett showed about the age of people that are in direct sales. I
Yeah,
thought that was super.
it's exciting. It is. So basically, your hostesses, your customers will be earning points that convert to dollars that they can spend anywhere with any devoted product. So think about the hostess you've had that literally has more jewelry than you have. They've had shows for you year after year after year, and they're just like going, you know what? I love you, girl, but I can't do another jewelry party because I've got too much jewelry. Well, now they can shop through any of these devoted products. Think about the hostess you have that it's October, and she's got 500 loyalty points, and that is equal to $500 in
Product.
cash for product, and she goes and spends all of that with devoted products, and she has done all of her Christmas shopping free, and all of the products she purchased gave back to make an impact globally. You see how big that is? I get so excited about that, I just can't hardly contain myself.
I love it.
So we're going to that's going to be how people are going to be rewarded for shopping with Devoted with points. And here's the great thing about the points. On our current hostess plan now, can they save stuff and use it later? No, it's use it or lose it. With Devoted loyalty points, they can have those for a whole year before they spend it. So it's not use it or lose it anymore. They can buy from you and be earning these points, and they can accumulate for a whole year before they purchase anything if they want to. Or they can use them right then. It doesn't matter.
Points earned from an event, a show, I guess we'll call it a show. We're all
Good one.
pretty much old timers on here. So a show are good for 30 days. Points they earn throughout the year are good for 12 months. So they are going to give them 30 days to spend the money that they may have earned from having all their girlfriends over and holding a show for, Lisa has a show with her hostess. She gets all these points. She has 30 days to spend them.
And you are not expected or required to have products from all of these brands and tote around with you. You know, I mean, you may get on there and you like a purse and you go buy it for 25% off. And so you carry that purse with you, but you're not going to have an inventory of all this stuff. You'll have a catalog and some of this stuff will be in it, but others it'll just be seen online because it's going to be, we're adding people, all the time on that. So you'll have a loyalty point program for that. Everybody good on that? Anybody got a question? No questions. I don't expect you to have very many because I didn't have any the first time. I just sat there and went, I don't know what you're saying.
I think we probably created more questions than we've answered.
I create a lot of them. I create a lot of questions.
Here's a disclaimer.
I just wanna say,
If we are confusing you, or if you hear something and you're not totally understanding it, or you just are going through an emotion of based on what's happening in Premier, don't suffer in silence. Call us. Let us talk you through it. All the emotions you could possibly feel are very real. You should nobody's going to say don't feel that way because it's normal to go through a gamut of emotions when we've all been part of a company for so long. But the reality is this is going to be a great change and a great future for Premier. We're here to help you understand everything you need to understand, and we're going to be available. If you need us, just text us, say, hey, when can we talk? We'll get it scheduled and we'll make it happen.
But I love the phrase, we are going to become a marketplace with products with a purpose.
Yeah.
To give back. And I love that. I also love that we are not a direct sales company, but we are a company with multi-tiered affiliate program.
Yeah.
Okay. And I like that because there's a lot of people now that'll say, well, are you direct sales? Yeah, I don't want to be a part of that. So we have an affiliate program that's multi-tiered, and that's unheard of out there. That's not really something that's done, on that.
One of the comments that I wrote down and starred that Brett made was we've got to focus more on how they want to buy than how we want to sell. And I just think that's a huge thought, because the reality is all of us have been doing it a certain way. Well, I just want to keep doing it the way we've always done it. Well, guess what? The consumer doesn't want to buy it the way we've always done it. They have a whole new mindset today. And so it's exciting that we're moving in that direction.
Absolutely. So, and I'm grateful.
Randy, this is Janelle. That's the same quote that I wrote down. Focus on how they want to buy, not on how we want to sell.
Yep.
That is rich. It really is.
It is.
And
we fight it because we don't want to change ourselves, but we need to, and we need to be relevant in the marketplace that we live in today.
Yeah.
And this is a way that not only are we going to be relevant, but we're going to be doing something that nobody else is doing.
His next quote that I wrote down was an unchanging purpose in an unchanging, or a changing world, rather. And I think that is so rich. We've got to, it's either change, like Cherry said, or get out. And I'm ready to change and keep moving.
Hey, Cherry, pop on again. Say your quote to me. I love it, and I always misquote it.
Yeah, I do too.
What's that quote you said? Learn or?
I'll tell it.
Oh, you know it?
Yeah, she said God told her she could either learn it or leave it. She chose to learn it.
Learn it or leave it.
I like that on that. So anyway, there's some other stuff, and we're not going to even begin to tell you because it's like there's a leadership program that they're going to have that I think you're going to love. but it's all written out when you watch the videos, and it'll make more sense when you see it written out in front of you than us just trying to describe it to you. And so, but we wanted to just get on and kind of let you see our face, let you know that we're excited, we're not panicked, we're not worried, because you know God has been working on me, especially over the last 2.5 years with our house up for sale and all that. And he just keeps telling me over and over, he goes, Elizabeth, man is so limited, but I am limitless. And we serve a God that is limitless. And we serve a God that loves to do exceedingly above what we can imagine. And to me, this whole concept of devoted is exceedingly abundantly more than I could ever even imagine. And I feel so honored to have been a part of Premier as it started and grew through the bumps and bruises of these last 34 years. But I feel so honored that God is going to allow me to be a part of a new adventure that still carries the purpose and philosophy of what I love about Premier and carry it into the future. And I'm so excited about that. So that's kind of where we are about that.
Yeah, one of the wives of one of the, we talked to a couple who has a business. I told you that. Well, she looked at Elizabeth and she went, I think I'd want to become an affiliate with this. And then we both just kind of went, oh my gosh. We weren't even trying to talk to her about becoming an affiliate. And she was already thinking, man, this sounds exciting. I want to become an affiliate.
And I tell you too, what we found is we're seeing a lot of men going, you know, I've always been supporting my wife in Premier, but this, I can go tell people to go to a site that is purpose driven and go and shop and look at it and tell them about this. So we've seen quite a few guys get super excited about this is something that they feel like they could actively, you know, be a part of and spreading too. And I love that, you know. So I think that's exciting.
Yeah, and on your dashboard are the videos, but there's on your website, your dashboard, those videos are under the video section with Premier, but they've also got a handout that you can download that's going to kind of give you the launch sequence over the next 6 or 7 months, just so you can kind of see, hey, this isn't just going to happen all in one day. They're going to kind of roll it out a little bit at a time and make sure that everything's smooth and moving forward so that we don't kind of have a repeat of what happened to all of us in 2017.
So, you know, it is going to be doing that. So be patient with that. But like right now, people can get started for $95 and they get $45 in jewelry and they get $25 in business essentials if they want to get started. And that's for a year. And of course, right now, they would be getting a part of Premier, but they would know that it is going to become devoted. And they can get in on a ground floor, be a charter member, and get started now as far as being in. We don't have all the devoted products yet to launch, but they would be ready and involved if they want to do that. Also, don't forget that they just announced a special for February that anybody that has any kind of a show or event in February, anybody that purchases $100 gets the getaway earrings free, and they're darling. So be sure you're pumping that. There's graphics. Graphics, that sounds bad. In the media gallery, there's pictures of the February promotion. So you want to be posting that and promoting that with a $100 purchase, whether you're a customer, a hostess, or a gym member, you get the earrings free. And they're earrings that were just released this weekend. They're called, I think, Getaway.
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 On that. So I love that. And then, but again, just like we started, please carve out some time to watch all 4 videos that starts from the beginning to the end, and watch them in order, and don't fast forward through them. And like I said, if you just take one video and you watch it tonight, and then you know, do another one tomorrow night or whatever, however you want to pace yourself, that's fine. But do yourself a favor to watch all 4 of them with a notepad that you can write stuff down. And then as you're going through those, if you have a question, holler at us and we will answer that for you, because a lot of the questions you might have now are answered in all the videos. And Melena, I think, you've watched all 4, right? So don't you have a little bit clearer picture since you've watched the videos? You feel like you do?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hi, Jeff. Do you have a question or are you just waving?
Well, I'm waving, but I do have a question real quick.
Yes.
Questions. And at the Cornelson Infirmary, we have not had the opportunity to watch the videos yet. But you may have already answered this, but I came in late. One is Devoted. I know that Devoted is like a parent company and Premier is just the jewelry line of a lot of lines. Who owns Devoted, or who will own Devoted?
Horner family. It'll continue to be the Horner family.
Okay. All right. Second of all, we've always had meetings for Premier. Will that change and be a Devoted meeting covering everything?
Correct.
Or, okay.
Yes, like right now, the only thing that has been launched in the Devoted, sequence of events is the $95, okay?
And the name.
And the name. But all the rest will start coming. The goal is to be fully devoted by August 1st.
Fully devoted to you. Okay.
I love it. Yes.
So that's the goal, is to get there. But they want, and I'm so glad they want to do this, they want to spread out, launching different aspects so that it's not just everything at once and the computer goes cray-cray. We've all been there, done that. So like I said, you're still Premier, you're still a jeweler, you're still selling jewelry and making 50% of what you sell. The only new thing that's happened right now is the $95 as one of the options of entry. But it will be where the $95 is the only way you can get in. The $45 will leave, the $395 will leave, all of that will leave. But right now it's just part of the mix.
If somebody in your downline is paying $45 a month, if they pay it in February and March, that will be their annual that will count as their annual $95 fee, because that $45 is going to go away on April 1st.
So we just paid our $350 whatever it is renewal plus for the
when
business.
Did you pay it?
We get that. Like what happens then?
When did you pay it?
Oh, I think Kelly paid it like maybe 30 days ago.
Yeah, so you're
in.
Yeah, you're in for a year. So when Devoted starts, you don't have to pay $95 now.
So when Devoted starts, you're in, period.
You're going to automatically roll into being an affiliate with Devoted. As we renew, you'll renew for $95 next year, and you'll also at that time get the opportunity to buy $1,000 worth of product, any product in the company, for $500 or 50% off on anything. So if you wanted a join purse that's $150, you'd be able to buy that purse for $75 during that one-time option that you have at renewal.
Gotcha. Well, I just know that Kelly did it when it went. They came back with the option of instead of $45 a month, you could do it on an annual basis. That might have been 30 days. That might have been a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
That's you just paid for the whole year.
Yes.
Which we're already good to go.
Right. But when you renew a year from now, you'll renew for $95.
Right. Okay.
But when Devoted starts up August 1st, you're already in. You don't pay anything else.
Right. For a year.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, till your renewal. That's
Right.
right.
Okay.
Good. Anybody else have a question before we sign off? Hi, Cindy.
Yes. I just had a quick question about when you purchase, you have the ability to purchase at, was it 50% off one-time purchase? So there's different vendors coming in at different points of time.
Right.
So we are able to purchase from that vendor, so let's just say Joanne comes in and we can buy at that point from that company, correct? And then as they all come in, so we're not buying everything all at once. We can actually, when we place that order with that particular company, we can take the 50% off that purchase, correct?
No, you only
And then the next one,
make 50%. You only get 50% off on Premier Jewelry. Every other company will be 25%.
oh yes, I'm sorry, I said the wrong amount. You're right.
Yeah.
So
Except when you renew,
that-
or except when a brand new affiliate comes into the business.
okay. But they'll be coming in at different times, so we'll be able to have that one-time purchase
Yeah.
from that vendor, correct, or from that brand.
Well, I'm saying when they come in, they can spend up to $500, which is 50% of $1,000 on anything in our devoted marketplace.
Okay, so anything
They're
at
already
that
getting
point.
50% on Premier, so they wouldn't want to
Right.
buy Premier and use that as their 50%. They'd want to use that 50% opportunity towards other products.
Other vendors, okay.
Yes.
And as this starts coming into play, you know, we will be doing opportunity presentations. We've already adjusted our little flip chart to reflect the $95 for you guys. But you know, here's the deal. You want to start talking this up. Like we've already started talking to friends, you know, former jewelers that maybe got out a year, 2, 5 years ago and say, man, you may really want to get in and get a part of this because, I mean, we've got some new rebranding going on and this is going to be crazy amazing. And so you want to be talking it up. You want to be selling your jewelry. You want to be doing all of that kind of stuff because, I mean, we all know August 1st is going to be here faster than we can even imagine. You know, time just goes so fast. So you'll be ready to, you know, rock and roll. And I'm going to kind of approach this kind of like I do school teachers. You know, I always will say to a school teacher, you know, their thought process is always, well, I'll get in after, you know, when the summer vacation starts. And I always go, no, man, why don't you get in now, get acclimated, get used to what's going on so that when summer starts, you're ready to hit it hard. And that's how I would approach this is, you know, hey, listen, you know, if this is something that interests you, you'll want to get in for $95. It lasts for a year. And when this kicks off at August 1st, man, you're ready to roll. You've got your website and you're ready to go. Their website will be included in that $95 as well. So nobody will be buying a website. That's already included in their entry fee with Devoted on that. Is that good, everybody? Okay,
Super.
got a thumbs up. Janelle, were you going to say something?
Super, super.
I see Carolyn.
Jeff, you kind of look like you're milking a cow there.
Yeah, like I said, watch the 4 videos in order without fast forwarding, no shortcuts here. And then take some notes. As you have questions, text us or call us and we will talk you through. And because our main goal is to help you all understand it. And it's a process, okay? And so that's what we want to do is help you understand it so that then you'll be able to share it and be able to have some fun with it too. Yeah.
I'm going to wrap it up with this. You know, when Liz and I got in Premier, we were losing a lot of money. You know that in the building business. And God gave us a promise, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, Randy and Elizabeth, plans for welfare, not calamity, to give you a future and a hope. So the other day, thinking about this new venture in Devoted, the Lord really put on my heart Hebrews 10:23, and it says, let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering, for he who promised is faithful. And it just kind of got me excited going, okay, Lord, you promised a long time ago you were going to meet our need through Premier, and here we are 34 years later, and now you're reminding me I need to hold on to that confession of that hope. What was the hope? He said, hey, I'm going to take care of you, and you're going to pay all that debt back, Randy Draper. And so I get really excited thinking about this new opportunity. I believe we're going to be able to make the money that we all need. I believe we're going to be able to impact the lives of people like never before. I believe through these other partner companies, we're going to see a greater impact around the world in missions and ministry and all kinds of just philanthropic activities that are going to be a positive in the lives of people across America and all over the world. And so I am just excited to see what God's going to do. I trust him. I believe in him. I know he's in control. I know he's allowed this into our lives. You know, we don't have, this is an out of control experience for every jeweler, every leader in Premier. None of us have any control over this. What we can control is our response to what is being laid out in front of us. And I will remind you of this. Proverbs says that life and death are in the power of the tongue. So what we say is going to determine what's going to happen in our businesses, each of us, as we move forward. If you're down about it, if you're negative about it, you better make sure you're not talking death into your business, because it can sure happen. We want to be positive. We want to be upbeat. We want to get excited about it, get our questions answered so that we can represent this new venture for Premier like never before. And we need to keep selling and keep holding those events, because we want to keep Premier strong while we're going through this transition. We can't sit, soak, and sour just waiting for the change, because Tim even got up yet Saturday afternoon, and one of his last comments was, if everybody just sits back and waits for this to happen, we might not have the resources to make it happen. We need everybody to be staying focused, strong, working their business. And for some of us, it's going to give us maybe even more motivation right now to work our business than we've ever had in recent years, just for that reason alone. So it's going to be a great opportunity, and I can't wait to see what God does. And I am so excited to still be on a new journey with all of you. And, you know, some of us are just old and stuck in the mud. And guess what? God's kicking us out into a whole new venture. And when things are changed up, your adrenaline starts flowing. And oh my gosh, guess what? Adrenaline makes everything stop hurting. So I'm kind of excited about having a little more adrenaline in my body these days.
Well, listen, we appreciate you guys. We're going to sign off. We'll do some more FaceTimes with you. But anyway, that's all for today. So watch your videos, don't shortcut, and holler at us if you have a question, and we'll walk you through it. Okay? We appreciate you guys. Love y'all.
Love y'all.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you.